Hello everyone, today's a very exciting day. It is my finale for my No Pain Left Behind. I started this in the beginning of the year and I have been tracking it on a quarterly basis with you guys. A lot of other people who are doing this No Pain Left Behind challenge are pulling in palettes kind of randomly, or they choose them and then they do it on a monthly basis. What I was doing is having my entire collection as a free-for-all. I don't like to feel limited on the palettes that I can and cannot use. And I updated this on a quarterly basis. I went on Google Docs or whatever, and I made papers, and I kept these papers on my desk all year round. I have my little color coding here at the top, and then once I would use a shade, I would mark it off. And as you can tell with some of these shades, there's an X, which means I used the shade at least twice. It took me until December 20th to finish No Pain Left Behind. And once I got a new palette, I just wrote it out. Like, I didn't print new papers or anything. In my updates, quarter 2 and quarter 3, instead of taking a video of my actual paper, I took screenshots of my Word document and I would color code. So purple is actually all the things that I finished in quarter 4 till the end of the year. I think No Pain Left Behind would really benefit you if A, you didn't have as many palettes as I did, and B, if you didn't feel this thing with yourself that oh, I have to wear a certain eyeshadow palette, or you have it in your brain that I want to do this sort of specific look, but I have to reach for these shades. The last 2 months have truly been like a mega palette bingo, because I was incorporating eyeshadows that I didn't really want to use. Something about this also is you really get to see the palette for what they are, because you're forcing yourself to use every shade. Some shades I do not enjoy, some shades I just don't naturally reach for. I did not have as many blacks as I thought I did. I don't ever really use a black eyeshadow, so I wasn't too worried about it. Also, if you guys know this already, if you've been around for the entire year, I do keep track of my eyeshadow palette usage. So at the very soon, I will update ranking all of my eyeshadow palettes based on actually how often I've used them. This project will affect those numbers greatly. My smaller palettes probably only gotten 2 uses throughout the entire year, whereas something like my NYX Ultimate Utopia, just solely on my channel, it got 4 uses because I did a 3 looks 1 palette and I did Throwback Thursday with it. The bigger palettes got significantly more use. I started tracking my eyeshadow usage out of pure curiosity on what I do and do not naturally reach for. So with this project, I'm forcing myself to use certain palettes and certain shades. So it's not very realistic. Thankfully, I have done it in 22 and 2023. So I kind of know what I would naturally kind of reach for. Although it's been 3 years, my tastes obviously have changed. I'm just beyond thankful that this project is complete and I finally did it. Like I said, it took, over half of December to reach it. At the very end, my e.l.f. 18 Hit Wonders had half the shades used, and you guys know I was not a fan of that palette anyway, and I only kept it because my best friend gave it to me years ago, and then I reminded myself I can't even force myself to use that 18 Hit Wonders palette to officially hit my No Pain Left Behind, and it's just wasn't happening. I decluttered it. Half the shades are, to me, almost unusable, and it is so old. I never naturally reach for it. The 2 times that I did reach for it, I think throughout this year, I forced myself to reach for it. So it is better just to go in the trash. An e.l.f. palette wasn't too expensive anyway. I think back then it was like $10. So I've gotten my use out of it and I really enjoyed it, but my collection now holds bigger and better things. One thing with the No Pan Left Behind is I have not and will not add the palettes and the eyeshadows that I have gotten for Christmas. I am currently working on a 3 Looks One palette with the Cosmic brushes. 'Tis the season, so this is going to be an upcoming video. This is look number 1. I've never tried Cosmic brush eyeshadows before, and then I also have like their cream blush on and a lipstick on, so make sure you stay around for the 3 Looks One palette video with that. So I have not added, because I have a bunch of palettes, I'm not adding them for the next 5 days of the year. I'm not going to get them done. So I have done really good. When I would get a new palette, I would probably finish it within the first month of owning it, first 1 or 2 months of owning it. I'm very, very proud of myself. And I have used all of my eyeshadows in my collection, the old palettes, the new palettes. Like I said, this is a fun challenge if you have a smaller collection. Not a fun challenge when you have as many eyeshadows as I do. I have about 60 palettes, over 60 palettes by this point, which to me, like, that seems like quite a bit. If you want to see more project panning content, I will leave my project pan playlist linked down below. I am making a new project pan playlist for 2025. Then I decided I'm going to do that. So if you want to see all of my other updates, it was like a roller coaster. Hated it, didn't like it. I still don't really like it, but I'm in a more positive outlook, especially now that I finished it. But if you want to see all the other updates, they're in my Project Pan playlist. Playlist is also linked down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more fun content that is coming up in January. There's a lot here. This is going to be my last video of 2024. If my scheduling and everything goes correctly, I want to thank everyone for being here for me this last year, and I cannot wait to enter into 2025. I love and appreciate all you guys, and I shall see you guys next time.